unmute and let us know that?
Ok. ¿Hay alguien en el grupo que necesita que traduzcan al español o todos están bien con el inglés? Quieren saber en este momento si usted necesita traducción para entonces poder... Por favor, levanten la mano en el grupo. Por favor, levanten la mano si alguien necesita. ¿Saben? La mano que está en el Zoom. La mano. Para mostrarles a ellos quién necesita traducción. I asked them to raise their hands with the Zoom hand if they need translation. Do you see any hand? No. Nadie levantó la mano. ¿Alguien necesita traducción? Última llamada.
Sí, sí es posible.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, somebody needs.
Okay,
Okay,
Leslie, would you be able to help us?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, I just sent the YouTube link.
Acaban de mandar el link para YouTube para que lo puedan ver por YouTube. Pero también si hay padres que están con niños en su casa, necesitan que se desconecten y miren en la misma computadora del niño porque no tienen suficiente espacio. O si hay dos niños en la casa, uno solo se conecta y los dos miran desde la misma conexión para que otros puedan entrar. Hay gente esperando. I was just explaining them that if there's more than one in the same house, you want them to log out and keep one.
one connection, yes.
All right, so is New Market already in? New Market? Anyone from New Market already in?
I'm Sam Wilson's dad from Newmarket.
There's one.
Market is here.
We're here.
Market is there? Okay, Laura?
I hear New Market.
Yep.
Awesome.
Oh yes, New Market is here in mass in one link.
Yeah.
How sweet and efficient is that?
Awesome.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
They don't live up here in COVIDville.
Is Andrew?
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to throw the link into the PBE webpage for Potomac Club Ministries.
Okay.
That's where it's going to be.
Van a poner el link en la página de Potomac Club Ministries. El que quiera verlo desde allí puede verlo.
All right. So one last announcement regarding signing in. Please put your first, the way that you sign in, put your church name. And if you're a Pathfinder, your first name and your initial last name. Coaches, please church name, coach, and then first name. And director, church, director, and your first name. I think that's all who I think are here. And you can see that information on the chat as well, and the link for the other team members to watch this, or team members. Well, I'm hoping that all the team members are here, like other coaches or parents, everyone else. The link for YouTube Live is already on the chat. Okay.
And it's at the website.
And
Leslie, go ahead and translate for us real quick.
Están pidiendo que cuando entren a la página escriban su nombre de la siguiente forma. El nombre de la iglesia, inmediatamente, si es un niño que va a participar, el primer nombre y la inicial del apellido. Si es un coach, primero escriben el nombre de la iglesia, luego coach y luego el nombre de la persona. Si es director, el nombre de la iglesia, la palabra director y después el nombre de la persona. Y si es un padre, escriba el nombre de la iglesia, parent o padre, y entonces el nombre de la persona.
Okay. And also, when we go to the break room later on, we're going to say prayer, opening prayer in a little bit. When we need to go to the break room, you will sign in and look at the list as to where you need to go. We are not going to sign you. We're hoping that we do not have to sign you in or send you in there, but you will just click to where you need to go. Look at your church name and team 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay. All right. So I think we are ready for prayer. Are we, Pastor Sherilyn?
I think that's what we're at right now.
All right. Let's
let's bow our heads for prayer, and we'll dive into PBE orientation. Lord, thank you so very, very much for bringing us together this evening. Be with us as we go through this orientation. Help us to feel comfortable with the technology and be able to function during our testing. Be with each one of these team members as they continue to study your word and to get ready for our first test in January. We love you, Lord, and thank you for always being with us. Amen.
Amen. Thank you again for making yourself available to do this meeting. And Pastor Sherilyn, I think we are ready for your presentation.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, everybody, so that you can see what we've got going on here. And where did my screen go? There it is. And let's go. Start. There we go. That'll make it easy. Okay, folks, we've done opening prayer. Just so that you know, the North American Division material that you got can be broken down, coaches and directors, into 3 different formats. There's an in-person format where all the team members and their monitor are together in a room and are connected virtually to the question reading and to Nearpod for giving the answers. Leslie, go ahead and translate that, and then I'll move on to the next one.
Okay. Están diciendo que hay 3 formas de conectarse cuando lleguemos al momento de las competencias de PBE. Una es en persona, cuando los miembros estén juntos en un mismo lugar, conectados virtualmente, pero como equipo para la pregunta, para que se lean las preguntas y se contesten en Nearpod. También está la forma virtual, que es la que estamos tratando ahora, y está la forma híbrida, donde algunos se van a conectar de lejos y otros van a estar juntos en persona, pero siempre todos conectados por internet.
Okay, so the next one is everybody on the team is completely virtual, meaning that everybody is in their own houses and they are connecting virtually to each other as a team, as well as to the question reading and the Nearpod for answers.
La forma virtual es donde cada uno está en su casa conectado a través de Zoom para leer las preguntas y contestarlas.
The final version is a hybrid, meaning some of the team members and the monitor are in a central location, and there are some members of the team that are connecting virtually to the team.
La última forma es la forma híbrida, donde algunos miembros están reunidos en un salón, mientras otros están conectados a través de Zoom, pero igualmente el grupo que está en un salón se va a conectar.
If you are planning to do the in-person version, I will tell you that you probably need to prep for the hybrid, so that if something happens and one of your team members gets quarantined, you have the ability to shift immediately right before our event.
Siempre, aun cuando ustedes estén pensando estar en persona como equipo o aún de la forma, sí, en persona, sería bueno hacer planes para hacer la forma híbrida en caso de que en el último día, en el último momento, alguien tenga que estar en cuarentena por el COVID y tenga que conectarse desde su casa.
So we're going to go to our next slide. The in-person, what you need if you are doing in-person is one computer with a large screen or a projector, one computer with a keyboard, not a phone or tablet. That is for logging on to Nearpod. And one computer with a webcam and microphone. This is for our monitor so that they can connect to the tech team.
Si ustedes están reunidos en persona, este es el equipo que van a necesitar. Una computadora con una pantalla grande o un proyector para presentar las preguntas, una computadora con el keyboard, no con un teléfono o tableta, y una computadora con un webcam y un micrófono. Se recomienda tener audífonos para el monitor.
So,
Charlie, could you
yes, Jevelyn.
could you just explain what we mean by monitor at this point? I think there are new
Okay.
apps joining in.
Okay, let's translate that for you. Monitor is what we have traditionally had in each circle, and we have called them graders. That's who the monitor is.
El monitor es aquel que tenemos por costumbre llamarlo grader o corrector. Ese es el que estamos llamando ahorita monitor.
Here is a room set up for an in-person team. You will notice that our monitor has a computer on the table at one end. That is a 6-foot table there. On the other end is our scribe who is logged in on Nearpod, and the large screen is displaying the questions and has audio so that everybody in the room can hear the questions being read.
Aquí hay una muestra de un salón de cómo se puede arreglar para estar el grupo en persona. Si hay un salón así de grande para mantenerlos a 6 pies de distancia. La mesa tiene 6 pies de largo y en una esquina está la computadora para el que va a ser grader o monitor. Y esa computadora debe poder conectarse. También la computadora al otro lado es la del que va a ser de escritor o de tomar notas del equipo, el que va a responder las preguntas en la computadora. Y está al fondo se ve la pantalla grande donde se pueden leer las respuestas, pero esta está conectada a una computadora con sonido, de manera que se escuche la pregunta cuando se lea.
We're going on to our next one. This is virtual. For each team member, you will need a computer, a tablet, or a phone for each team member, preferably with a headset. You will need a computer with a keyboard. That is for your scribe, not a phone or a tablet. Phones and tablets do not work well with Nearpod for data entry. And then the last thing you will need is a computer with a webcam and microphone.
Ok, aquí está el equipo que se va a necesitar si ustedes están virtual. Es una computadora o tableta o teléfono con una cámara para cada equipo, para cada miembro del equipo. Y preferiblemente que tenga audífonos. Es altamente recomendado. Una computadora con keyboard o con el teclado, una computadora con teclado, no un teléfono ni una tableta para el que va a escribir, para el niño que va a contestar las respuestas. Una computadora con cámara y micrófono. Recomendado que tenga audífonos y una computadora también con cámara y micrófono con audífonos para el que va a ser de grader o monitor, el que va a estar vigilando el equipo.
That third one, the first of the computer with the webcam and microphone, that is for showing the questions and getting the audio of the questions being read. So that one doesn't have to be a separate one, though it is often helpful to have a separate device logged in.
And that's a separate device for whom? For the scribe?
This is for the team as a whole so that they can see the questions.
Oh, even in the virtual?
And hear the answers.
Okay. Se recomienda.
Hear the questions and answers being read. That's what that is.
Sí, es de ayuda que tengan una computadora con cámara y micrófono donde puedan escuchar claramente las preguntas cuando se lean y las respuestas.
Okay, so we're going to go on to our next picture.
Pastor Sherlyn.
Yes.
So for the computer, the two computer thing, is that only for the scribe or?
The third, you're meaning number 3? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean the
For the first one?
I mean, because I thought you said something about having to have two computers or it being recommended.
Okay. For your scribe, if you are the scribe, you will need a computer with a keyboard to enter the answers into the Nearpod app.
And they'll be sharing their screen?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number 2 on this list. Number 3 on this list is a device that's connected to where the audio of the reading of the questions and the visual of the slides, like we're seeing right now, the actual questions are being portrayed. So that doesn't necessarily have to be a separate computer, though often it is helpful for that to be a separate computer. Okay. Here we go.
Thank you.
Here is a picture from last year of a virtual team. You will notice that we've got all of our team members here, and you see the monitor down at the bottom of this picture is a coach from another team. Okay. And in the center at the top, that is a second instance of our scribe. You'll notice that we've got Nearpod in the top in the middle, and we've got the scribe down on the right-hand side. So your scribe in this situation is has 2 instances of themselves in this room.
Esta es una foto del año pasado. Todos los miembros del equipo, hay unos que están compartiendo porque son hermanos la misma computadora, pero podemos notar que el escriba es el que está, tiene 2 computadoras. Tiene la computadora donde está Nearpod, donde va a escribir, y tiene también la computadora donde lo pueden ver y donde él puede escuchar las preguntas y las respuestas sin tener que estar cambiando de pantalla. Es de ayuda tener esas 2 computadoras, pero no es obligatorio. Podría ser en la misma computadora, pero por supuesto es mejor tener las 2 porque no tiene que estar saltando de una pantalla a otra.
Okay, so
Sherlyn,
Yeah.
I see someone from Shenandoah saying we can't see what you're describing. I'm not certain. They can maybe address it.
Okay, so they're not seeing the shared screen,
I
or
can see the shared screen.
it's too small. Let's go ahead and pause and see if we can figure that out.
Hello, Shenandoah.
Imagine how it
And
was
then
for
you
him.
coughed
Can you explain what
after
you
you
mean?
wanted to get a COVID test. It wasn't like cough. It was just like I was just like. But still, things are coming out of your mouth while it's open.
Yeah.
Laura, are you there? Can you tell us what you mean that you're not able to see?
Hi. If you talk, we should be able to hear you.
We can't hear you.
Okay.
Well,
I'm not certain.
Do we know what's going on there?
No, I don't.
no.
Okay.
So I'm on their team. They might be trying to get Nearpod on that computer.
Okay, we're not
We're not there
quite
yet.
ready to
Yeah.
do the Nearpod piece yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they're trying to log on to Nearpod, it's not active yet, and this is an old code. This screen that's on here is a screen from last year. So it won't do them any good for tonight.
We're real good at getting ahead of ourselves down here in the valley.
Oh, good job, guys. Okay, let's move on to our next thing. The hybrid is simply really like the virtual, except that some of your people are together in one place. So I am going to move, Leslie, I'm going to go ahead and move to the picture
Okay.
here, so that we can talk through the real difference here. You'll notice that we have fewer chairs in the circle, and we've got the on-screen pieces over on the left-hand side to accommodate the two team members. And you'll see that the scribe has shared their screen with those that are online.
Este es el híbrido realmente una forma virtual, con la diferencia de que algunos miembros están reunidos en un salón. La diferencia la podemos ver en esta foto. Hay 3 sillas para 3 miembros y hay 3 miembros que están conectados por forma virtual, pero están todos juntos a través de la pantalla. Si ven la pantalla reflejada allí, pero el setting o la forma de arreglar el salón es como se explicó ya en la forma presencial. Y los que se ven en la pantalla hacia el lado izquierdo de la pantalla suya están de forma virtual, como se explicó ya anteriormente.
Okay, so it's just simply a mix. So, Javelin, it is time to practice.
All right, it is time to practice. So
I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen.
okay. So if you are able to look at the breakout rooms, go ahead and click yourself, or basically put yourself into the breakout rooms that has been labeled by the name of your church and your team 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we will, Pastor Sherilyn will give us questions and also the answers. And if you are not able to put yourself into the breakout rooms, just let us know. We'll be able to send you. That's why it is important to have your church name in the first part of your sign in. All right, Pastor Sean, before they go ahead and do that, anything else that I need to say?
I am wondering, Javelin, if for this time, because we have limited adults on, if maybe we should have everybody go join their breakout rooms and then come back here to do the quiz piece, because the audio will not work in their breakout rooms
Right.
There's no adult.
That's right.
Got it.
if there's
Yeah.
not a second device over there. So let's see if everybody can figure out how to get
All
into
right.
the breakout rooms.
Let's
One-
practice, guys, to
You
go
can't
to.
actually move into a breakout room. You have to be assigned a breakout room. You can't put yourself into a breakout room.
Yeah,
we can't
Just a moment.
we just
Nesco,
opened
if
it.
you'll open them for us.
I just opened it, and if you have the latest update of Zoom, then you should be able to see how to put yourself in. But if
that seems, Nesco, that only works apparently if you've made everybody co-hosts. We've been trying to do this at Sligo, and I updated just before I logged on here, so I've got the most current. I don't even
Okay.
show a breakout room.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not seeing breakout rooms at all.
No, we've had a lot of trouble with it trying to do it because we send our units out to breakouts, and I have to end up putting them in them every week.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It only works for the co-host status. So if you made everybody a co-host, then they can see breakout rooms.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
You don't want to do that.
No, you don't.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be
So
funny.
Javelin, I think
But
we're not
you
going to be
can
able
make
to
the
practice the
coaches
breakout room
co-host.
piece.
I'm putting the people in. I was
Say again. Someone was saying something. Sorry.
You could make the coaches a co-host, and then the coaches could put their teams in the breakout rooms.
That's a good idea.
Unless that's a feature that just updated tonight. No, that doesn't work either. We've tried that with our counselors.
yeah,
Right.
because
This is Andrew from CPC. We've actually been using that feature successfully for 3 weeks.
Okay,
There is
so
a setting in your account that does need to be adjusted to make that happen.
okay.
Yeah, because
That's good to know.
the other thing that I know is that we've done this during the leadership training, so that if there's no one in the main room, you can just sign yourself into the breakout rooms with that new updated Zoom link. So give that a try in the future. But as for right now, Nesco is trying to assign each one to the breakout rooms, and then we will come and visit each breakout rooms. How do you think? What do you think, Pastor Sherilyn?
Sure.
Okay.
a lot of people. A lot of people.
Should I translate what you were saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am sorry. Thank you, Leslie.
Están diciendo que lo que vamos a hacer ahora es ir a los cuartos que ellos van a preparar. Ahorita no van a trabajar desde allí, pero en el futuro, cuando se haga la competencia, se van a preparar cuartos virtuales a donde van a mover a los equipos, de manera que solo el equipo esté allí. Por ahora, solo van a probar enviándolos a los cuartos y los van a traer de vuelta acá para entonces probar a hacer las preguntas desde acá, porque estando en los cuartos virtuales necesitan tener un adulto que le pase el sonido a ese cuarto, y en este momento no tenemos los adultos suficientes para hacer eso. Así que vamos a ir al cuarto virtual solo para que sepan lo que es y nos van a traer de vuelta acá.
Actually, Nesco, I think
Yes.
looking at our time,
Yes.
I
It's a
think
lot
we
of
don't,
people.
let's not worry about the breakout rooms tonight. Let's focus on the Nearpod piece, because that's newer for people.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And let's keep everybody in this room.
Okay.
And
everybody
just
come back.
simply shift to the Nearpod piece.
Okay, I will close all the rooms then.
Yeah, let's do that.
Van a cerrar los cuartos, no vamos a ir a los cuartos por ahora, pero quieren probar Nearpod, porque eso es más importante y algunos no se han expuesto a ello, así que eso es lo que vamos a probar ahora.
All right. In 45 seconds, they're all going to be coming in.
Yeah, I don't know how to speed it up.
They'll be back in just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is something that we need to figure out before real life.
So Andrew's saying that we can change a setting in the
Yeah, I found it. It
Okay.
got shifted in our account.
okay.
Wait, how do you change this setting?
Don't worry about it. It's something I have to do. It's not something you can do. Good question, Charles.
So will we have to upgrade the account to like a 300 person account temporarily, or to make a space for everyone?
We'll figure that piece out as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, are we all in here?
Looks like it. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
It looks like we are.
All right, everyone, we have brought you back into the main room. It was a little bit time,
We're time crunched.
Time crunch right now. We want to go ahead and do our practice here in the main room. We'll figure it out on how for you guys to go into breakout rooms for your team when the real testing happens. So, Pastor Sherilyn?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Jevelyn, do you want to talk to everybody and move everybody over so that they can log into Nearpod?
Oh, yes.
Because it's perfectly fine for everybody to log in as long as they can toggle between the two and keep their Zoom account, their Zoom meeting going.
Yes.
Open another tab and go to nearpod.com.
Yes. So if you are able to go in to Nearpod, that's NEARPOD.com, COM. It will ask you for a code. And the code will be, Nesco, can you type the code also in the chat?
Sure.
It's D like David, H like house, I like India, Q, A like Apple. Let me repeat the code. Once you get to nearpod.com, it's DHIQA. And after you sign in, you say log in or sign in, and then you type your name and then click join again, and you will be able to be taken to where the screen Pastor Sherilyn is sharing, or for the question and answer.
Ok, vamos ahora a hacer un login en Nearpod. Les vamos a pedir que abran otra pestaña en su internet y vayan a Nearpod. Nearpod se escribe Near, P de Pedro, O de Oscar, D de David. Nearpod.com. Otra vez repito, nearpod.com. Allí van a necesitar un código para entrar y el código lo han escrito de la siguiente forma. D de David, I. Oh, DH. A ver, ¿dónde está?
Oh, I have gone and been dyslexic again. It's DIHQA.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
El código es D de David, I, H. ¿Cuál? Q, A. DIHQA.
I'm in a meeting. I cannot talk to you right now.
So everybody should be seeing what Mr. Nesco has on the screen right now. You should put your name in there. Jevelyn, how do you want them to put their names in?
Yeah, the same as your name when you log into Zoom.
Okay, so their church. For right now, it's their church and then their name.
Yes, church name and first name. That is good for now to make it faster. Church name and your first name.
Cuando van a entrar en Nearpod, van a poner el nombre de la misma forma en que lo han hecho acá. El nombre de la iglesia primero y luego su primer nombre. Y el password es DIHQA. Lo han escrito en el chat.
Okay.
Does
All right.
everyone need to do it or just the scribes?
Scribes.
It doesn't, it's fine for everybody to do it if they want, but the scribes definitely need to do this.
Yeah, because this is when the scribe will answer, type in their answers. Or are we all there yet? Are you able to see that first screen?
I have 66 in.
Quieren que especialmente los escribas o los que van a contestar las preguntas en Nearpod se conecten allí, pero todo el que quiera y quiera tratar puede hacerlo. Pero por favor estimule a sus niños que van a ser los escribas a entrar a Nearpod ahora.
So once you have successfully logged into Nearpod, you should see something that says Pathfinder Bible Experience 2021 Sample Questions.
Una vez que han entrado en Nearpod, van a ver un slide que dice Pathfinder PBE 2021.
We have 99 people signed into the Zoom. How many are you able to see in the Nearpod, Pastor Sherilyn?
Okay. It looks like we've got everybody in.
Okay.
Let's jump in. If you have everybody on the team logged in, we may be maxing it out. I do not know. Let's see if anybody's got trouble.
All right, let's go ahead and start.
We're going to go ahead and start.
Yes.
So these are the regular disclaimer and instruction pieces. Okay, here's where the testing starts, everybody. So we're going to go through 2 questions because once you've gone through 2 questions, then we can shift back over to Zoom and you all can ask questions and get clarification, okay? So here we go. Here's our first one. For question 1, for 1 point, according to Hebrews 2 verse 9, Jesus was made a little lower than whom? Leslie, are you able to read the Spanish?
Yes. Por un punto, de acuerdo a Hebreos 2:9, Jesús fue hecho un poco menor de quiénes. Solo vamos a hacer 2 preguntas.
Okay, so we're going to go to the answer time. You'll see it count down and then open up and let you, so type your answer in. You will see a timer running on the top of your screen, top right-hand side. You can change your answer as often as you want to change it until that time runs out. When the time runs out, it will automatically take whatever you have answered at that point and will submit whatever you have answered.
Una vez que se lean las preguntas, ustedes van a ver el tiempo corriendo en una esquina de la pantalla. Después se va a abrir el espacio donde se puede escribir y contestar la pregunta. Mientras el tiempo está corriendo, pueden cambiar tantas veces como quieran la respuesta, pero una vez se acaba el tiempo, esa es la respuesta que queda.
So we're going to go on to the second question. Actually, here's the answer. The angels.
La respuesta es los ángeles.
Excuse me?
Yes.
What is it called? Because I still haven't been able to.
It's called Nearpod, Nearpod.
The lesson maxed out, so nobody else can join, I don't think. Because I tried to join it and it didn't let me in.
Okay. So if there are a few of you who are not scribes and are able to log off, if we have some that are scribes, let's see if we can get them in.
Yeah, I logged off
Excuse
already.
me? Excuse me? Then how are we supposed
Yeah, I
to
logged off.
like how are we supposed to communicate with our teams?
The way you will be communicating with your team is that you will be in a breakout room, and so you all can talk.
Well, I don't have a breakout room here.
Right. Tonight you do not have a breakout room, so you do not have the ability tonight to communicate with your team.
Then how are we going to put in our answers?
During our normal testing process, you will be in a breakout room and can communicate effectively with your team. If you want to tonight, do a private chat to your scribe.
Okay,
That would probably be your best idea for tonight.
Let me translate that.
Yes.
Ellos están explicando que en ese día se van a poder comunicar cuando estén en los cuartos creados virtualmente. En ese momento ellos se van a poder escuchar claramente, compartir sus respuestas y el escriba es el único que va a poder contestar en Nearpod. Solo una persona por equipo va a poder hacerlo. Pero en este momento no estamos en break rooms, de manera que no podemos hacer eso. Pero podemos contestar.
Okay, I have 2 people here that have raised their hands.
Okay.
Catherine. Huh? Oh, okay. Someone from Vienna, Sabrina. And let's see here. Sligo, Hildana. If you can let us know what you're.
Sabrina, what's your question?
My question was how do you change like the name on Nearpod, like for the scribes?
You don't have to, you mean like the sign in name?
That really doesn't matter. Just as long as you have your club name or your church name, I should say, on it.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. The name of the scribe doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Yep.
Because the reason why is that it's going to be assigned to your team, I guess, because all the answers are going to be stored on Nearpod to that particular team. So your team name needs to be there.
All right.
Any other question?
Hildana?
So for our team, we don't have a scribe yet. So if anybody in our team, in Sligo, if anybody in our team had guessed correctly, would it be counted for the practice session?
Well, for the practice session, you're saying this is just a practice. We're just going through the motion right now so that everybody can understand how this works, and it won't be any surprises when we start.
Okay. And then Clifton from CPC.
Yes, Clifton.
So I believe that Nearpod does not allow people to join the session after it's been started. So I believe you have to double check to make sure everyone is in before you start it, because otherwise people can't get in.
That's a very good point. Thank you for sharing that with us. So we have to make sure everybody's joined it before we start. Thank you very much. And we'll check on that to see if there's any other opportunities for us to have people join. If not, we'll have to look into that. Thank you very much.
Do you want me to translate the questions or no?
That would be good.
Yes, please.
Okay. La primera pregunta que hizo la muchacha fue que si ellos debían cambiar el nombre en Nearpod. Lo más importante en Nearpod es que tenga el nombre de la iglesia y el nombre del team. Si tiene más de un team la iglesia, pero si tiene un solo equipo, pues el nombre de la iglesia y el nombre del equipo. ¿Cuál era la segunda pregunta? Sorry, which one was the second question? I forgot which one.
The second question was.
The other one was simply a statement about Nearpod.
But
Okay.
that statement's not correct because I have a team member that just joined now and we're in process.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have to check.
Yeah.
That's the one we would have to check on.
No,
But thank
because
you
it's
very
a,
much for sharing that with us, Sarah. Oh,
And the
yeah,
third,
thank you, Andrew.
yeah.
And
As
you-
long as it's live, Nesco,
Yes.
they can join at any point.
Okay.
There is a way to do Nearpod so that it's lockstepped,
Got it.
and you cannot join once that has started. It's a testing mode
Okay.
that they have. Okay, we're going to do one more question, everybody, on Nearpod, and then we will come back across to Zoom and do some questions and answers and that kind of thing. Question number 2 says, according to Hebrews 5 verse 10, Jesus was called by God as high priest according to the order of what priest?
Pregunta número 2 por un punto. De acuerdo a Hebreos 5:10, Dios declaró a Jesús como sumo sacerdote según el orden de ¿cuál sacerdote?
And here we go to our answer area.
Y ahora vamos a la parte de contestar la pregunta.
You will notice again the countdown up in the right-hand corner.
A la mano derecha arriba van a ver dónde está la cuenta regresiva.
And some of you have been able to answer it, and I see actually live your answers coming in. So I know that you are able to get on. And it just pulled the rest of your answers in automatically. And there are a couple of you who were in the middle of typing when it pulled. So whatever you have typed in when the time runs out is what gets put into the database. So let's go look at the answer. The answer is Melchizedek.
Y la respuesta es la orden de Melquisedec.
Javelin, do you think we need to do any more, or should we have everybody log off of Nearpod and come back across?
Yes, so we can log off Nearpod. I think one explanation that we need to give them at the moment is that, like you mentioned earlier, that some teams are still typing when it was closed down because the time is up. And that is why we need our monitors to be in your breakout room, who will be able to catch that answer for you and type it into their own sheet. Is that correct, Pastor Sherilyn?
Yes. Yes, our monitors will need to be recording the answers they hear in an Excel spreadsheet or something similar, so that we have a secondary source for those answers.
Ellos están haciendo una aclaración, y es que cuando el tiempo termina, aunque los niños estén escribiendo, la computadora no toma más respuestas. Sin embargo, la persona que está vigilando el equipo como tal, o el adulto que está presente en el cuarto vigilando al equipo, puede tomar nota de la respuesta que ellos digan en voz alta, y esas en un documento de Excel, y esas notas se van a enviar para que se les tome en cuenta esa respuesta que dijeron en voz alta pero que no alcanzaron a escribir.
Okay, Javelin.
All right, so this is how it will, well, we didn't do the whole thing, but this is just to give you an idea how the testing will be done in January and February, March, and April. So if you have any questions, now is the time for QA. If not, you may leave the meeting. But Pastor Sherilyn and I are here to answer your questions.
Javelin, why don't we do this? PBE team members, if you have questions right now, go ahead and ask. Coaches and directors, if you can stay on for just a little bit so that we can go over a couple of details again with you related to your specific roles as we go into this.
Están pidiendo que los niños, si tienen alguna pregunta que hacer en este momento, la hagan, y si no, ellos pueden salir de la reunión de Zoom, pero están pidiendo a los adultos, a los que son coaches, a los que son directores, a los adultos que por favor se queden para dar unas últimas instrucciones.
Someone had a question. Oh, if the word is spelled incorrectly, but it's correct, it will be counted because spelling does not matter. Has nothing to do with spelling.
That's correct. Really what's happening, Pathfinders, with these questions is that all of them will go to the panels of judges. When we've done our live event, we've had the judges up front and you've challenged them the questions if you did not get all of the points. In this situation, all of your questions will be going to the judges and they will be looking at them like they would if you had challenged it. Okay. Yes. Leslie, if you could translate real quick and then I'll go on.
Están explicando.
Your voice went away. Sorry.
Están explicando. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Están explicando, hicieron la pregunta que si algo está escrito incorrectamente, pero se entiende que si vale el punto. En ocasiones anteriores en PBE eso se mandaba como un challenge a los jueces para que ellos decidieran si se les daba el punto o no. En este caso, todas las respuestas están yendo a los jueces y ellos están también tomando en cuenta eso para que si está digamos el orden de las letras no es el correcto, pero el sonaría más o menos igual, aunque no esté escrito correctamente, le van a dar el punto.
So yeah, all of your questions will be reviewed by the judges. So you will, and they do not count off for spelling, because this is not a spelling test. This is a knowledge test. So if it looks like you knew what you were talking about, they will be giving it to you. If they can't figure out what it was you were trying to type, then you'll have trouble. So you need to get it close enough so that we can guess at what it was you were trying to say.
Esta no es una competencia de deletrear, es una competencia de conocimiento. Por lo tanto, si cuando se deletrea no está o se escribe, no se está escribiendo de la forma exacta y precisa en que se escribe, pero da la idea de lo que se escribe, o sea, la palabra es similar, igual están valiendo el punto.
Nesco, Javelin, are there any other questions from Pathfinders, or should we dismiss our Pathfinders and keep our...
I have a question.
Oh, go
sure
ahead.
thing.
Go ahead.
Daniel?
When we're in the competition, should we have a blank background behind us, or is a background like a window okay?
That's fine.
You should not have a virtual background on at all.
No virtual background. Okay.
No virtual background. You should have, yes, something non-distracting behind you would be helpful, but no virtual backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Están solicitando que no se ponga ningún espacio virtual atrás, ningún background virtual atrás, que sea en vivo, o sea, que no pongan, que se vea la persona donde está en el cuarto donde está. Ningún fondo virtual.
Good question, Daniel.
Yeah, very good question.
Anything else, Pathfinders? Otherwise, you can log out, and happy studying. We will see you next month.
Happy Sabbath. Thank you.
Happy Sabbath.
Thank you. Happy Sabbath.
Thank you. Happy Sabbath. Bye.
Thank you. Happy
Happy Sabbath. Bye.
Right,
Happy
bye,
Sabbath.
everybody.
Coaches, hang tight for just a little bit.
Happy Sabbath. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Do you want me to continue the video on YouTube?
No.
Thank you. Happy Sabbath. Bye.